For most families, welcoming a new baby is a joyful moment. But when it happens inside one of the most famous rock families in the world, the internet pays attention. Recently, Jack Osbourne shared exciting news with fans. He has officially welcomed baby number 5. But it wasn't just the announcement that got people talking. It was the baby's name. Because the newest member of the Osbourne family was named in honor of Jack's legendary father, Ozzy Osbourne. And for fans who have followed this family for decades, the moment felt surprisingly emotional. Because the Osbourne story has always been a wild ride. But it didn't start with baby announcements and family milestones. It started with chaos on television. Long before Jack Osbourne became a father of 5, the world first met him as a teenager on the hit MTV reality show The Osbournes. The show gave audiences an unfiltered look at life inside the home of Ozzy Osbourne, the legendary frontman of Black Sabbath. Instead of the dark, mysterious rock star image people expected, viewers saw something very different. A loud, messy, hilarious family constantly dealing with everyday chaos. And right in the middle of it all was Jack, the rebellious teenage son navigating life in one of the most unusual households on television. The series became a cultural phenomenon almost overnight. Millions of viewers tuned in each week to watch the Osbournes argue, laugh, and somehow survive life together. But as entertaining as the show was, real life behind the scenes wasn't always easy. And Jack would eventually face struggles of his own. Growing up in the public can be overwhelming, especially when your family is already famous. As Jack entered adulthood, he openly struggled with addiction, something he later spoke about in interviews with surprising honesty. Rather than hiding it, he chose to confront the problem head-on. He entered recovery and began rebuilding his life away from the reckless lifestyle that once surrounded him. That period marked a major turning point. Instead of following the chaotic path many expected, Jack started focusing on something very different: stability. And eventually, that journey led him toward one of the most important roles in his life, becoming a father. For Jack Osbourne, fatherhood didn't just change his schedule, it changed his entire outlook on life. Over the years, he welcomed multiple children and often spoke about how parenting reshaped his priorities. The wild rock and roll environment he grew up in was replaced with something quieter: school runs, family time, and building a stable home. Fans who remembered the rebellious teenager from the Osbournes were surprised to see the transformation. Jack had evolved into a devoted parent, and with each new addition to the family, that new chapter seemed to grow stronger. But even longtime followers of the Osbourne story didn't expect the latest surprise, because baby number 5 arrived with a name that instantly grabbed attention. When Jack announced the birth of his newest child, the reaction online was immediate. Friends, fans, and fellow celebrities flooded social media with congratulations. But one detail stood out: the baby's name was chosen as a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. For a family that has experienced decades of fame, controversy, and public attention, the gesture felt deeply personal. It was a reminder that behind the headlines and rock star mythology, the Osbournes are still a family honoring their roots. And many fans found the tribute touching, because Ozzy Osbourne's influence on music and on his own family has been enormous. Few artists in rock history have had the kind of impact Ozzy Osbourne has. As the voice behind Black Sabbath and later a massively successful solo artist, he helped shape the sound of heavy metal for generations. His career has spanned decades, filled with iconic albums, wild stories, and unforgettable performances. But despite the larger-than-life reputation, Ozzy has always spoken about how much his family means to him. Over the years, viewers saw that side of him clearly on the Osbournes. Beneath the rock legend persona was a father who cared deeply about his children, which makes this naming tribute feel especially meaningful, because it connects 2 generations of the Osbourne story in a powerful way. Today, the Osbourne family looks very different from the chaotic household viewers first saw on MTV. Jack has built a life centered around fatherhood and family stability. Ozzy continues to be recognized as one of the most influential figures in rock music history. And the next generation of Osbournes is already growing. The arrival of baby number 5 isn't just another celebrity baby headline. It's another chapter in a family story that has been unfolding in public for decades. A story that began with rock concerts and reality television, and now continues with something far more personal: family. Welcoming a new baby is always special, but naming that child after a legendary parent adds another layer of meaning. For Jack Osbourne, it's a tribute to where he came from and the man who helped shape his life. And for fans who have watched the Osbourne family evolve over the years, it's a reminder of something unexpected. Even the wildest rock families eventually grow into something quieter, something more grounded, and sometimes the most surprising transformation of all is simply growing up.